Block 2, lesson 9, we're covering some open guard techniques. Okay, so what we're looking at is staging some of our most basic open guard postures. Now this is not necessarily any specific one technique. This is just giving our youth and our adults an idea of where they can go to sort of lock down their opponent to set up their primary guard structure. Now later on in these blocks of curriculum, we'll discuss our guard structure and exactly how we attack that. For right now, it's understanding what do you do when the guard breaks open. So your opponent busts that guard open, we got to know exactly where to go. We don't just want to drop to the ground and not do nothing, okay? So here's where we're going to go from here.
Foot and hips.
Foot and hips, spider, lasso. So our guard breaks open. Let's just say that Coach Oppo uses that can opener to great effect. Fantastic. Really the only grip I have from here, maybe like on both the sleeves. So when she rocks back and my guard opens, I can open that guard and I can go to dual foot and hips. All right? So a great way to work this might be, since you guys are worried about curriculum and we're worried about the number of reps that we get, let's go ahead and have the opponent do the traditional guard break that we want to use, the can opener, okay? And then let's have the other person, when it breaks open, get used to going to feet and hips, okay?
Or the standing.
Or yes, the standing as well would work here. So if I've got collar, she breaks that loose and she pins, pops up, my hand stuck to my chest, she's fixing to strip it, and she's breaking now, she's gonna start pushing my leg down, boom, I can go ahead and go to feet and hips, and I can neutralize that passing sequence before she really gets to go full at it. Notice that my feet and hips now can lead to many different things later on in the game. De La Hiva, we can go down the middle to butterfly, there's a lot of things we can do. So foot and hips, okay? The next one is gonna be spider.
Stay up.
Let's go, yeah, go ahead and start down. Next one is gonna be spider. Now, one of the reasons we might use spider might be because of a standing guard break, or maybe a person is really quick they're about to break my guard and their arms are really super high. They're playing kind of high. So like if she tries to hit this standing guard break, as she tries to get up, maybe she doesn't have complete control of my hands, and I've already got hers. The first thing I want to do is, if I've got double sleeves, the way we want to coach this is tell these youth and the adults that work this, if they can get to a double sleeve control, let's make use of this guard because it's a very effective guard. And let's put the foot in the bend of the arm, and then now we're going to have them toggle. Okay, toggle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to have them come back down. Toggling is very important. Now, where is the shot? Where are we locating it? We want to find that critical L, and we want to put the outside of the foot right here in the critical L, and we want to stretch. Likewise, we don't want to necessarily have unlocked knees. So she goes to stand up or just anything, and I've got her sleeves already. Instead of dropping my guard and letting it go below her knees, and we need to make sure to make this distinction. How important it is that our guard don't drop below the knees, because once it drops below the knees, she now has penetration capability to pass. Okay, she can push that knee down. She can really start to work around the pass. Need to keep my legs high. So the second that it broke open and we're here, we can go ahead and we can stretch inside with the blade of our foot like a knife to that critical L. I'm coming up here. Now we're gonna call our toggles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pretty basic. What's the grip we're using? Try to get away from using this grip. This is not a real effective grip for spider. We need to have chase the thumb, wrap the fingers, 4 fingers in, and kind of a neutral thumb. Okay, so back down. This would be a preparatory position leg lasso. This is probably the one we want to run on a high arm. So we give our students an option here. There's an entire guard that plays off of this. They have a high arm and they have a low arm, and we necessarily can't get this low arm away from us. We can turn and we can loop a foot inside and we can curl the toes back, and now we have a leg lasso on one side, effectively locking down one entire arm. How important is that? Very important, because if she can't get rid of this grip, she's stuck in that leg lasso. Okay, now we can leg lasso on either side. So once we stand up, we can work out of this one back to foot and hips. Now we can work to one on this side, okay? Outside to in is always the wrap, and then we're gonna curl the toe back in the armpit. So switching the hips is important, outside to in, and locking the elbow in the hip. Very, very important. Can't have the elbow floating around up here. They pull it out. Switch here, lock your elbow down to your hip, and curl them in. Don't forget the curl, because now we can really manipulate their upper body here. There's a lot of different things that we can do by curling them in here. We can take them back. Many different things we can do. Okay. Now you coaches, it's incumbent upon you as you run through these different guards or these different preparatory setups to learn them and feel them yourself. Understand how you can off balance somebody and how you can't, specifically with regard to the leg lasso. You need to really pull them tight once you leg lasso them. You stretch your arm, you stretch your leg out, it's hard to maintain the position.